Hello and welcome to episode 14 of City Skylines. Let's play Figaro. This will be my very first episode, full episode, playing with the Snowfall DLC. I've actually played about an hour and a half of Snowfall since my last Rainfall preview episode, but that recording was really terribly done. There were audio issues, mostly my fault. I had the wrong audio settings, so I kind of scrapped that. So we're just going to go ahead and show you what happened since that video. In that video I was just basically showing you what I was doing in terms of trams. So let's take a trip down our city. So I now have a tram line set up. It's a lot of fun actually watching it, so let's go ahead and do that. One of the things as well that I was doing in that scrapped episode, I might upload it eventually as a kind of a episode 14 minus or 13.5. I was laying out pipes for heating, so that will be something new that we'll see. And yeah, the trams, I was working the trams. I have a loop basically going through this side of the city. So this is Cypress Park, up through Kent Park, and down through Autumn Park. I want... A tram station costs about $700, $800 or whatever in-game currency to maintain, and my current tram line is only making me about $200 to $300. So I want to. This is a tram station here coming up, the tram depot. So I want to be able to use this same depot to extend my tram services to the rest of my city, but in order, unlike buses, where you can basically place a bus depot anywhere and the buses will just travel there via road to where they're needed. For trams, it's kind of the same thing, but because they're kind of on rails, as you can see here, they're basically a rail line reserved for trams on the side of the road. You will need basically a full connection, a tram connection, all the way to the part of the city that you need your trams to get to. So I'm thinking about extending a road line specifically for that to happen. So there won't be a tram line connecting the entire city, but there will be roads allowing my trams to get to parts of the city that needs tram service. So you can see here, this is on my 4-lane highway, and if we travel a bit further down, just wait a bit, you'll see that up ahead, you'll see that uphill freeway. That's the road there that I'm not going to extend a tram line to, because that would be basically connecting this side of the city to the other side where the University District is and where Kings Park is. So it doesn't make sense to do that, since that's not what I don't think trams are meant to be. They're meant to be connecting parts of the city, not what trains do or my subway systems do. So this is basically just to move large amounts of people very quickly without creating too much road congestion. Yeah, so this is actually a circuit. We'll basically come around and start or come around to our starting position eventually. So yeah, so we're basically, I think, in Autumn Park now. We're going down Autumn Park. You'll see that tower at the very end of the road there, that's by the river, and then over the other side is the new zoned area. I can't even remember the name right now. The name escapes me, but that's the new residential area that we zoned. And this is a bit of a departure. So I don't want to zone trams on 2-lane roads, because as you can see here, when you have trams on a 2-lane road, they're basically sharing the roads with cars, and on a very busy road, trams become completely useless because they take up space, they can't move anywhere, and they just, yeah, I tried doing that in my downtown core. It was a mess. So I've just cleaned it up and I'm only doing this so that I could connect my trams to my other main arteries in the city, but that's an exception. So I found a relatively unused residential / commercial road. So it was right. The road was right in between the residential district and the commercial district, and I used that. But basically, I just want my trams to move up here. The roads you can see here. These kind of roads is what I want to put my trams on, and this is actually a really nice view here. It's kind of a bit like San Francisco, and I can see here there's a lot of people using it, so that's good. And this sunset here is also quite interesting. A bit foggy. That's a new weather feature here in City Skylines. So there's actually fog now, and it's a mild effect, not very intense. You can see here another tram moving around. So one of the things I want to do eventually is find a nice modded tram to replace the in-game ones, because I'm not a big fan of the in-game look. It looks a bit like a toy or a plastic toy. And I understand why they did that, because it fits the aesthetic look of the buses, which I've also replaced. So the buses in this game, the generic buses in this game, is also a bit toy-like in their look. So I've replaced them with the Mercedes-Benz Snake or 2 segmented buses, and I want to eventually find a nice tram to replace it with as well. So there's my industrial up ahead, but I'm not going all the way there. It's just gonna, this tram's gonna travel all the way to the end of their street here, and it's gonna make a turn into the narrow side street that we started our segment with. And oh, it's night, so the lights are out. So I think we want to maybe do another half circuit just to view the city at night. It's really quite bright here. Right, so this is right around where we started, and you can see the giant windmills generating a little bit of power. And we'll talk about that as well, because I've done some major changes to my power grid in that last episode that I did not upload. Okay. And that's a road maintenance depot. We'll talk about it as well. I think I talked about it in the rainfall special preview. Basically, there are nice additions to the game that speeds up travel on roads. So if you don't build them, your roads are not going to fall apart. You don't need them, but well, you can build them just because it's a bonus. As I mentioned in that video, it's almost like waking up. Oh, this car is weird. It's stuck in the median. It's like waking up one day and having the government or the transit authority tell you that they've found a special pavement that allows all traffic to travel 20% or however much faster that this road maintenance depot is doing. I haven't seen anyone post findings about the exact multiplier, but I'm guessing it's maybe 10, 15, or 20%. Those would be the values that would make sense. If it's anything higher than that, then that's even better. You can see here another tram coming in the opposite direction, and you can see what I said about it looking like a toy, because it's really very simple. And in the context of the developers, yeah, they wanted to make things as simple as they can, because you're basically simulating a whole city, and there's a lot of things to simulate. So not everything looks as good as they could. Again, that's the road connecting to Kings Park and University District, and it's going to make a turn here because we're not going that way. Okay, so let's pause this here and let's exit our view. Yeah, so this is the trams in our city. So the tram is basically making a loop here. It's going through here, down through here, makes a turn through here. This is the commercial, low density commercial that I'm using, connecting, and it's going to go all the way here, make a turn here again, up here, through, this is Figaro Heights. Oh wait, no, I don't think the route goes that way because... Does it? Oh, I do have two lines going here. So yeah, I have one line that's kind of just carrying people. The tram 2 is the one that's really the one we rode through the city. And we'll hide that. So it... No, that's not what I meant to do. Okay. Trams. Yeah, this is a new transport line manager is also really nice. They basically copied off one of the more popular mods. Okay, so let's have a look here. So they we started here. It looped up here. It's actually, yeah, there's actually a double loop. I forgot to mention that because I wanted it to loop down here again. So basically, it goes like this. It's a big loop. It carries a lot of people. I made a new line before the end of the video last time, just to carry people in this loop on this side of the city. So as I was mentioning, this road here, you can see this is our tram line, and it's purple. Here, oh yeah, I gotta turn on my heating, so that half the city is needing heat. So this here doesn't have tram access, so I'm thinking of making another road through here that's basically going to carry my trams and then connect to this, and then I'll have a tram line just doing the routes here, but it will be sticking to the main roads. I also have to reconcile where I want to put it because I have my bus depot here. I don't want to rezone my bus taxi lines lanes for a tram because you can't really have all of them sharing the road. So if you have trams, then you won't have your bus lane. So that's a bit of a juggling act as well. I've changed my temperatures to Fahrenheit just for my American viewers, but yeah, I'm not really used to seeing in Fahrenheit. But this is fairly cold. I think this is around 10 degrees Celsius. Where's gameplay, I think? Yeah. Oh, 5 degrees, so that's even colder. This is the coldest I've seen it in the game. I've seen 9 degrees, so yeah, I mean, it is a main mechanic. I turned off one of my power plants to save, or not my power plants, my heating plants to save money, but let's turn it back on. And the other thing here as well is I've gone nuclear. Where is that nuclear plant? Oh, you're right here. Yeah, I've gone nuclear and I've started to replace my windmills because I found that it was costing me too much power, and its solar was just a complete mess because then I have to switch between night and morning, and it was every time at dawn I was running out of power because of that transition. The game doesn't handle that very well. Maybe they'll fix that mechanic in the future, but at this point in time I just find that it's better for me to stick to nuclear, which is going to give me a lot of power, and hey, nuclear is good. So yeah, so this is basically the heating. So you'll see here this part of the city is dark purple, and that's because they don't have heating, and that's just because my one boiler plant wasn't producing enough heat to heat the whole city. So now that I've turned on the second one, I should be fine. And you can see here it's generating this much in heat. So once we turn that on, it should be back to normal. Yeah, we're fine. Okay. Is there anything else I want to mention here? Policies. Oh yeah, I was doing the no electricity for heat policies to make them all use a boiler plant, and so I can also cut down on my electricity plants usage. Okay, let's check our electricity. Oh, building has burned down. I noticed that this area is having a lot of things burning down. I'm wondering if there's a problem with traffic getting to here. We'll have to see. There are some bugs though that if you set up the road configuration a certain way, the fire trucks won't ever make it there because it doesn't understand, or for whatever reason it can't reconcile where you want to go, where it wants to go. Sorry, not where you want to go. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, we can't buy yet. So I'm kind of stuck. I can't really do a tram road through here because this little slice here is not under our control. Where do I want to do this next? I did download a couple of nice new buildings in the interim, and I do want to build it. One of the buildings I want to build, I guess it's under landmarks. The Sagan-Tyson Center for Space. So this is a mod, I think by a modder called Boldly Go, and I'm a huge fan of Carl Sagan and Neil deGrasse Tyson, and really we need a kind of a spacey building in our city as kind of a tourist attraction. So this is a perfect building to build. Where do I want to build it? Maybe here? Can we put it here? Too steep. Yeah, I don't want to put it here because I don't know what's going to happen to the road systems here. I might change it in the future. Let's see if we can fix this here. Well, we do have a science center, which is kind of generic. Can we build that? No, that's even bigger. I did want this kind of downtown though, not on this side, but this is a good place to drop it down. Well, let's move this here. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to drop down here to have a look at this new building. Oh, it's not lighting up. Perfect. I'll take a picture as well. Right, so we have a new spacey building. I did zone this area as well as a new commercial, and we do have enough here to zone, but before I do that, let's check our districts. Let's extend this out here. Oh, let's clean that up. I'm going to keep that as my red light district. Okay. You can see here this is a giant Saturn V. This is a really nice modded building. It's one of the few that are Control M, I think, for mesh info. Just checking to see, make sure. Yeah, I see most of these are pretty good. Football field is in yellow. Oh, this is not good. Okay, it's starting to rain. Yeah, most of my assets are green and or yellow, which is good. The smaller numbers here are the LOD, or I think distance version. So if you zoom out, they obviously take fewer polygons. So this one, if you zoom out, it's 152. If you're close up, it's 434. And yeah, so they basically, if you're really far away, it's just measuring how they scale the buildings. And I've mentioned in my rainfall video that I really like these rain effects in this game. It's awesome. And we're coming up to morning now. Can we see here? Yeah, it's very nice. And you can see here the road is wet. Actually, this is a good view. Let's take another picture here. And that's a tram. It's picking up people. Okay. Yeah, and you can see here, depending on how I move my camera, the rain fall in different directions because they're actually rain in space, right? They're not just an overlay that some games will do for rain. Right, and here is the new residential area I've been zoning, and this one basically has no high density or high-tech housing, nor does it have any special policies that make it super, I suppose, super high value. So the residents here are, I think, less educated. Although, because there is a university here, the city as a whole is usually more educated than usual. Actually, let me expand this to include this new area here. So yeah, a lot of my cities have all these special policies that cost money per building. I'm trying to build out parts of the city where it doesn't have that, because I think as much as those appear to give me a lot of benefits, they seem to cost a lot of money in the long run. And they create a lot of problems in terms of my income. So I'm just putting some trees here. And these trees I'm using are also modded trees. They're not stock trees. There's actually a really nice, red version of the trees, just to give it a bit of a flavor if you're looking from far away. And I think these trees are really nice if you're looking at them up close. They're a little bit more resource intensive than the stock trees, but if you're up close, you can actually see that they look amazing, especially through sunlight. And yeah, this view here is pretty good. And they're actually called shady trees because they're meant to be placed in residential areas to provide a shade to those areas. And you can see the rain, the pitter-patter of the rain on the pavement. The effect is quite nice. Although one thing that I find a little bit strange is that it's still sunny when it's raining, and I think they should lower the intensity of the sun when it's raining, and only have it look like this occasionally when the sun peeks out, because sometimes it will be raining and the sun will be out, and it will in fact look exactly like this, but most of the time when it's raining it's not this bright and not this reflective, because I know, reading the forums, some people have complained that at the right angles the roads can be quite blinding, like right now. Like the roads here is really blinding. I think if I zoom out, you can see here, this whole area here is too bright. It does happen in real life, this kind of intensity. It's usually when it's raining, but there's a break in the clouds and the sun peeks through, but it's not always like this. So they haven't really addressed it. I hope they tweak it, because the rain effects are really quite awesome in this game. Let's see what we want to do here. We have some commercial and industrial demand, and oh yeah, I want to see how this is being used. No visitors yet. I also zoned this bit here is all new residential zoning, and I left that open again for future expansion, this bit of plot of land here. I did have a sauna. I was talking about that in my a rainfall video. Where did I put the sauna? Oh, this one. Should be the Cypress sauna. Oh, that's a nice little bug here. When I fell down there, you can see the underneath the city. Oh, there we go, for a bit. And I like the bloom lighting. This is actually from my post-process FX mod. It makes things glow slightly. So when the sky is diffused like this, it creates a lot of bloom lighting that makes the environment looks quite interesting and realistic. And there are, I see people there, so people are using that. One thing they did, they probably should fix is all the citizens start to become like shiny little, I don't know, plasticky when it's raining. I don't think that should have extended that effect to people. I know it's supposed to make them look wet, and it does make them look wet, but it's a little bit unrealistic, and there's no one using umbrellas yet. At least the pedestrians don't use umbrellas, and I think they should patch that in as a fix. So yeah, this here is also quite nice because you can see the tall towers there down the street, and then here, well, this is a bit on the edge of the city, so not a lot going on here. Oh, I see a tourist. So they actually modeled the tourists separately from the rest of the citizens. So the tourist will either be a woman with the baggage, or a kind of a chubby man with a camera on around his neck. And so those are the two tourist models that they use. One of the things in this game is that if you walk around long enough, you'll see that there's only 2 or 3 different variations for adults of each sex and gender, or actually that's actually the same thing. So of each gender, and and 2 or 3 variations. Actually, no, only one variation of children. So there's one boy, one girl, one teenager male, one teenager female, and then I think 2 variations of adults for male and female, and then you have one for maybe 2, maybe 3. It could be 3 variations for adults, and then you all have the one tourist male, one tourist female. So probably 10 different kinds of models, 10 for the whole game. So, and then they do switch it up. Like there's different skin color for the same model, so that you'll see brownish people, lighter skinned people. Although one thing I found funny was if you build a basketball court, you'll see clearly black-skinned, dark-skinned people playing basketball on the basketball court, but you'll never see them walking the streets, which I find a little bit interesting. And I actually made a post last year when the game first came out, and it said, you know, the game is a little bit too white. And what they did was they didn't add the basketball players on the basketball court into the game, but what they did was they did what I just mentioned, is they did variations of skin tones. So you'll have it's kind of hard to see because of the lighting, but you'll have a model, exactly the same model of a citizen, and then the base model that they had last year was clearly light-skinned, and then they had a variation of that's darker-skinned. I think more brownish. I think there might be also a darker tone as well. So just to cover their bases. So they never, as far as I know, publicly acknowledged that as a fix. It was just quietly introduced into the game. Oh yeah, there's also seniors that they did. So there's one model for seniors male, one model for seniors female, and then they also have variations of those, like, you know, you can see here. This is a female senior model on a bike, so they also had those combinations. So this is another tourist with a camera around her neck. This is a senior male. See, this is a darker toned version of the adult model that was in the game last year. So if you've seen one of my older videos from Narsh, oh, this is a bug also, that their phone is floating beside them. And someone's mentioned this, and they never quite fixed it yet. I don't know why. So yeah, if you've seen the videos last year, you'll see this guy walking around the city quite a lot with the little earpiece, Bluetooth earpiece. But most of the models at the time were white, so they added this darker skin version as a fix sometime between last year and this year in the patches they made. I've noticed it since After Dark came out last September, so it probably was done in one of the patches around After Dark. Again, this is a darker skinned version of an existing adult, and you know, we got a bit sidetracked on race, but again, this is just interesting observation about the game. And one of the things I think that makes City Simulator interesting is that if you could kind of watch people live their lives, and one of the things I kind of hope they would do in a future iteration of a city builder, or maybe even in this game, is have really unique people live in your city and not just generic models. Oh, this is a senior citizen. Again, this is the same person we saw earlier with the Bluetooth headset, but he's lighter skinned, you can see here. This is again another woman, adult female version model. This is child model, same child model here. You'll see breaks here. This is a little bit, you can see here there's a little break on the floor, and that's just the mesh not working quite well, because this whole city is on a slope, and the polygons don't quite extend that far. So this is unique to this city. In my last city, I never had this problem, and it does break the illusion a bit that the ground isn't quite complete. But you can't really fix that. I can't really fix that because the roads are what they are. And yeah, this is a nice touch. They have a dog model, and actually in this case, the dog is following the cyclist, which is amazing. Normally they would follow the the pedestrian as well. And again, this is a teenager with a hat. Oh, did they add glasses to his face? No, those look like glasses, but could just be shadowing. Yeah, teenager with a skateboard, so that's one model. And then again, you have the other adult female model, and in this case, she's darker skinned, and they have a toolbox. Again, this is the darker skinned adult male model with the phone floating next to their hands. I don't know why. This actually wasn't a problem last year. They actually held the phone on their hands. Again, seniors. I don't know why the seniors are all pink. Like to wear pink. They should actually do a variation of the senior models, because if you look at the stats long enough, seniors actually make up quite a bit of your city. So to only have 2 models for seniors, I find a little bit lacking, because you'll end up seeing just a lot of times a sidewalk full of the same models walking down the sidewalk, and they're all wearing purple, especially the senior women. Okay, you can see here there's our 2 tram lines. That's people waiting in the median there. It's well used. And I like this look here. Okay, everything's good. How's our heating? Heating probably is a little bit down. Again, one of the things I don't like right now about the game is, if you want to save money, you have to basically micromanage how your heating works. You turn off, yeah, too much heating, so I can turn all of these off. Micromanage your plants, your heating plants, and even your power plants, if you really want to go that way. And since we're talking about power, how's our power? Yeah, power is good. So basically, most of my power is now coming from my nuclear. I've turned off most of my wind. I do have a couple of oil gas plants. Where did I put my gas plants? Oh, I left my gas plants on. Oh, here we go, the oil plant. So these oil plants are just there. I will turn them on when I need them, because I'm going to hit that point where the nuclear plus the wind won't be enough. And then when I'm in between, you know, the 2 steps, because eventually I might want 2 nuclear plants, but it might be too soon to have 2 nuclear plants. So to bridge that gap, I'm going to use these power plants. And they're also good backup power in case something happens and I need extra power in the city. So that's what I have. Yeah, and you'll find out that I'm not really playing very much in this episode, and part of it is because I'm just trying to catch you up on what happened last episode that I didn't post. So, and I'm just really still I haven't played as much as I could, because I'm playing Final Fantasy 11 a little bit more this week. And Talisman as well. So this is actually my first time back in the game since last weekend. So yeah, so basically I'm just catching the viewers up on what happened to the city, and also enjoying the game, the look of the game, because I really like. I mean, part of what made me like this game so much is this mod that allows me to travel the city and take pictures and enjoy the view. Yeah, this little view here from like the undeveloped part of my city, looking back to the city that's developed, is also quite unique. A lot of my earlier videos in the channel, I would usually be I would start out very far from the city, and I'd plan it like that. I would usually, I don't know, start somewhere here, and you would yeah, there's actually, I found a trick where I could point the mouse key and then hit caps lock, which is the keybind to move my camera down to the ground level, and I could be off the map. By off the map, I mean on this part of the map that's actually not bought yet, because you can see the dotted line here is where the map is. I have control over everything inside here, but not here. But by simply pointing my mouse outside the map, I can actually drop down outside the map. So, yeah. So in a lot of my older videos, where I didn't narrate because I didn't have a mic set up at the time, I would basically start from the very edge of the city, and it would usually be around here, where you just see the edge of the city, and then I would move in. And I really like. I don't know why, but thematically, it's always very interesting to me to start like that and zoom in. And here, it's actually not a bad view. You can see there the two-tier clouds. So off in the distance, it's still blue, and that's a vestige of the old weather system because the sky was always blue before snowfall. And this gray here, and all these clouds, that's the dynamic weather. And actually, someone has mentioned on the forums that they should also fix this because the view is far too, I guess, far. Usually when it's raining, you don't see that far, and you would actually see the gray extend all the way down to the skyline. So that's one of the things people have mentioned that they should fix. And I know that for a fact that there's a patch coming out because they had broken the game for cyclists. So if you had a lot of bike lanes, apparently they get stuck at train stations or something like that. That's the low down the game. I had the same problem in this city when I first started the game, but because I rezoned all those bike lanes into tram lanes, the problem has gone away from now. But there is a problem existing right now that will cause the game to slow down essentially into unmanageable levels because the bicyclists, are stuck at the metro stations or bus stations. I can't remember what they said, but they're stuck at a station, and then it just increases the game's load on the game. So that's apparently being fixed, so I don't know what else is being fixed in the next patch, which is coming up. But yeah, so that's a city in a nutshell. And oh, I'm floating. I've traveled so fast that I basically floated up. There we go, I locked back down. Okay. Yeah, so that's Figaro. Actually, I think we're nearing our time limit. This might be a shorter episode, but considering that I didn't have a proper episode 14 for you guys, or didn't have proper, building out of the city episode 14, where you see me zone the tram lines and build the pipes, I thought that maybe I should just give you a tour and not do too much in this episode. So why is this one not having heat? Let's see here. Oh, just the pipes didn't extend. Or I did. Oh, I should upgrade them to heat. Yeah, there we go. I didn't upgrade it. There we go. Yeah, so you just saw me zone those pipes. So basically, it uses your existing water pipe system, and you just have to layer on top of that a heating system. And the heat is basically coming out of these plants here, this plant here. I've turned this one off because we don't need it. I'm just watching this temperature here. When it starts dropping, then I would turn it back on. And usually the heat will go up during the day and then down during the night. So you want more heat at night, but it's not always the case. Sometimes it's cold during the day, so you might need that too. And you can see here I'm nearing 50,000. That's the other thing that happened in between last episode and this episode is, yeah, I grew the city a bit in between the two episodes. So I think this is a good place to put the tram lines in. I just don't know where. Is this a tram? This is a tram line, so I can do it. I can just make a turn, and then the trams will go through here, but I won't make a tram line connecting this part of the city to this part. It'll just be a route to allow the trams to get to this part of the city. And what I want to do eventually is connect the port here to my tram lines. And actually I unlocked my cargo freight cargo station, and I need to work on that. I think I mentioned that in the last episode, that I needed to work on that, and I haven't quite gotten to it yet. Oh, look at that, there's a lot of tourists. Yeah, they did fix the tourism bug, so there's now a lot more tourists showing up to my city. If I check my tourists... Yeah, it's a big jump. So this is when I started playing with Snowfall. I really haven't done anything major. I mean, I did build that Sagan Tyson Space Center, but it shouldn't account for this because it was already going up before I built that. So yeah, this is a big jump. So I was doing, it's about 100 extra tourists that's coming into my city, and that's a good thing. And okay, let's see here. Oh, is there another bus coming? Okay, just want to make sure that they're not waiting too long for their rides. Okay. Took 2 buses to clear out that stop. Usually, in the past, it would only take 1 bus to clear it out. Oh, 100 out of 100. That's a big improvement for passengers. I've never seen that many coming on the ship. So that's a big improvement. Is this one heading away? No, this one's coming in too. It's only 34 out of 100. Yeah, that's good. And here we have another one that's 100 out of 100. Yeah, this is a big change from last time. Just gonna go down to ground level here and just watch these tourists. There's a lot of tourists. Okay, some of them are not tourists, they're just citizens. You can see here the guys here, the male tourists have your fanny packs and their maps. Some of them are looking at the map, but they're basically the same models. There's the bus picking them up. Alright. So it's nighttime. Yeah, I'm gonna try doing this. So, well, before I end the episode, I guess I'll show you how to do the tram zoning. So, I wanted to extend the tram lines. Restaurant tram lines. Yeah, so it makes a turn here. We don't. No, this is also trams all the way through here. Yeah, it makes a turn here. We don't want it to go through here because this is my main road connecting the 2 sides of the city, so I'm going to use the side road here. Now let's upgrade the roads. There, I'm zoning trams. I mean, eventually in the future I might have stops here, but this is basically just to let me get the trams into position. So this route here, this is connected to the bus loop, so I want to keep this road here with the bus lanes, but this side road in the back, I want to have a tram going through here. Okay. Now the challenge is how do I create a perfect, or not a perfect loop, but enough of a loop. So I can see that this is busy. This area is busy. converting this into a tram line. Oh, I guess I can't convert this road here, this access road, to a tram line. Do I want to do this? Buses may be more efficient. Oh. Let's check traffic. Guess I missed a road here. Oh, I guess we could do it like this. Convert this to a tram line. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. So let's switch back to this. Have the tram line go through here. Through Space Center. Oh, that's a dead end. Oh, that's not good. Guess I have no choice but to use this road. And we'll fix up this road again. So I'm not decided yet if I want to use this side road here for trams, because I can't have my tram go all the way up here, so the trams will have to make a turn, and then this access road on the side here could be the return trip for the trams, and it'll connect to the line that I have set up here. So I don't know yet if I want to do that. But as a test, I want to create a new tram line. Oh, it's nice. They actually color-coded the roads that have tram access so you can see where the tram lines are. So I can't get them here yet, but I can get them here. But I want to make sure that it's not too crowded. Okay, I have a loop here. Do I want to extend the loop? I can't really extend the loop beyond this here, and I do have a bus line here. How many people are using it? 79. Okay. Keep that in mind and see if there's change after we put in the tram line. Can I do it both ways? Yeah, let's do that. Oh. Yeah, I don't want to do this because no. Yeah, well, let's not do it both ways. Keep it one loop. Okay, let's have a look and see how this goes. Tram line 4, we'll just call this... I need to rename it tram lines, but trams. And I'm a bit lazy, and I just want the quick, the instant gratification of having people use my trams. Oh, it's going to take a while because my tram station is all the way here. It's going to take them a while to send out the trams. I should change the color as well for this tram line. From purple to blue. And we're going to turn off... Yeah, we're turned off all the bus lines, so... We can clearly see... Yeah, are these the trams? No, those are the buses. Oh. City needs heat again. There needs to be something automatic that triggers, you can turn out, like it triggers the plants when you need it, but not have them all on at all time. Oh, yeah, I see the trams now. Let's follow one of these guys. I mean, what I'm watching now here is making sure that the line itself is sound and there's no bottlenecks. Because I do have the tram lines using a two-lane road, so if it's causing too much traffic, then it defeats the purpose of the tram line. Yeah, this doesn't look good. Yeah, this doesn't look good. This road is too busy. Shouldn't have trams going through it. Can we use this road? Yeah, let's use this other road here. Oh shoot, did I accidentally destroy? Oh, damn it. I guess, yeah, because of the roads being rezoned. This is a huge waste of space though, like I can't build anything here. There's a lot of people waiting for a tram though. That's good. Let me some trees up. Probably want to put more trees. Okay, let's watch the trams here. Yeah, it works fine on these 4-lane roads where they have their reserved lanes. It's the 2-lane roads that's causing a lot of problems. This is a bit of a congestion here. Okay, I think that's okay. I mean, I wasn't happy about losing more land here at a Kent zone. We hit 50,000. Okay, so I wanted to end this video a little bit earlier, but I think this is a good place to end it. We have our initial tram line here. I probably want to play around with it some more. I'm not too happy about how it's going, but yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. I will see you next time. This is episode 14 of City Skylines After Dark / Snowfall. See you again.